So Mostowich will continue to try to be the thorn in the side of the dragsters at least one more round. Justin Lamb Chop, out of Vegas. And Casey Pleasure, a couple of 20-somethings, the lock surgeon out of Alberta, and the drag racer, well, for the most part, out of Vegas. Second generation Camaro, last generation Firebird. Remember, we're back to full tree, we're back to handicap. Justin's going to see the tree first, but not by much. No electronics in this class. You got to drive with your left foot. Red light start. Casey Pleasure by a couple of hun. He bulbs away with a late model car. And Justin gets the win. He goes 1090, 109 off the throttle. Casey, 1067, 121. But he was red, 19th thou. And that's pretty much the name of that tune. That'll bring up Al Corda, driving the Corvette. Al Corda is a two-time world champion in the category, and he's racing against Brad Burton, a two-time world champion in the category. The difference, Brad is 24, Al is 60-something. Red light start, Al Corda, so we're 2 for 2 with the red lights in stock, 1 by 19, 1 by 18. But Brad, for that mile-high flying Firebird committee, gets the win. Wow, 1093, he was holding a ton, 119 the speed. 1068 for Al, 109 off the throttle in the vet. All right, we're 2 for 2 with red lights. Let's see if we can just get 2 greens in this next matchup. Don Keene's big block 4-speed Caltrac Ford, and Angelo Phillips for Discover Classic Cars. Hey, if you want to discover classic cars, go to the All Volare store. Hey, you got to admit it's a classic. When's the last time you saw one? There we go. Now we're on the green side of the tree. The Volare is out there a long ways. Don Keene plugs that big 428 in high gear. No, he's going to come up short. 1206 Angelo. 101 the speed. 1078 on the 1076 for Keene. Don Keene, who was almost perfect with his foot last time, watched Angelo be almost perfect this time and couldn't overcome it. Nice job, Angelo Phillips. The Volare knocking down another one of the big inch muscle cars. Speaking of which, John Cooper's 427 Fairlane, Richie Pauly's 428 Mustang. Which one do you like better? Right behind them, we got an SS396 Camaro and a new school Cobra Jet. Richie Pauly turns loose the fastback Mustang. Here comes the Fairlane, trying to close in. Trying. Oh, he got there first, but he got too much. 44 on a 47's under by 3. 1060 for Richie Pauly. He's 200 better in reaction time and runs dead on the money. Cooper got there first and broke out. His other choice was to get there second and get beat. Some days it just works like that. John Calvert in the 428 pushrod Cobra Jet Ford. That car really is cool. And Tony DeFrank. I can't believe Tony hasn't whited out his brother's name by now. I figured if he got this far into it, he'd be just crossing out one letter of Jimmy for every round. That's the car his brother won the Winter Nationals with, but I told you, Tony may not drive. He can still get the job done. Calvert, of course, a former world champ in his own right. An A car and a B car dialed almost heads up. Tony D with the SS396, Johnny C with the Cobra Jet pushrod car. This one's going to go Calvert's way. 1039, 125 to a 1039, 127. Tony, though, left about 5 back at this end. John Calvert beat him over the head with it down there at that end. Tibor Kadar and Jack Foshi. Now look at this. That's a 427 Thunderbolt. And that's a Dodge half-ton truck. And you better be able to figure out which one of those is which, or you really did come to the wrong place today. Jack Foshi, hey, he ain't scared of those big block muscle cars. Doesn't that thing look like it should be a Home Depot delivery truck? It's the right color. They're ready and ready. All right, Jack, let's see what you got. Trying to hold off the Thunderbolt. Here comes Tibor closing in a hurry, and say goodnight to the truck. 10:29, 121 for Kadar. 11:80 for Jack Foshee, who's been doing a great job driving all weekend. Well, right up until then, he missed a tree, and it cost him dearly. Crossed the finish line second and broke out. You know what that is, right? You got it. A three-striker. A couple of Firebirds next. Lindy Lindholm out of Newport Beach in the 74 model. Mike Brand out of Thornton, Colorado. Remember, the Mile High Flying Firebird Club. They got a red one, a white one, and a blue one. Well, the red one already advanced. No pressure there, Mike. Lindy gets the nod first. Here comes Mike Brand trying to reel him in. 400 inches in the left lane, 455 in the right. Brand, Lindholm, Brand. That Flying Firebird Club goes 2 for 2. Double breakout. 14 on a 16 is under by 2 for Mike. Lindy goes 75 on a 79. That's under by 4. Neither driver was great on the reaction timer, but Mike was better. And now the pressure's on Pops. This is Scott Burton, Brad's dad, in the white car, taking on Bob Gullett, the #1 qualifier out of Alberta. Now, at this point in time, #1 qualifier is not really an advantage, but you better be able to drive that baby smooth. And he lets the clutch out early. Oh, you could see it starting to inch forward when he came up against the two-step. Those birds go 3 for 3. Burton, 10:51, 112. Gullett, 11:04 on the 11:05. But his car was creeping in the beams, and he goes red, 11 foul. Wouldn't it be fun if all 3 of those Firebirds met in the final? What do you mean? Sure it could happen. I'm the one making the rules. I can make anything happen. Chuck Igmelian and Chad Logie. 69 Camaro, that's Igmelian. 72 Cuda, that's Chad. That didn't help. The silver car is Chuck. The orange car is Chad. That still didn't help? Wow. The car that leaves first is Chad. And here comes Chuck. 350 Chevy, 340 Dodge. At the finish line, we have a winner. How about 11:54.0, Chad Logie? A decal will get him a hat for that from the folks at Strange Engineering. 32 on to 38, Chuck McMillan. Reaction time started with a 1. He actually had a shot at getting away with it since, well, Logie wasn't exactly on time. But then Chad ran dead on 0, and that was pretty much the end of that. Old school, new school, Glass Brenner, Firebird, Dave Bridgewater, brand new Camaro. Rotolo Chevrolet. Out there in California. I mean, brand new. It's still got that new race car smell. The 427 small block high-tech double C car, the 400-inch Pontiac finish line stripe. We have a winner, and it's going to be Leo. Wow, good decision. 996 on the 10 flat. Dave's under by 4. Leo goes 65 on a 67. That's only under by 2. Figure in the reaction time, which was almost a coin flip. They're 5 thou apart at the stripe. Leo comes out on the right side of the double breakout math. Hey, made the right choice. Super stock. Attention in the pits. Super stock. Need you to the staging lanes, please. Super street rolling in right now. Rick Beaver.